Hello everyone and welcome to week 5. I know we're really having some trouble here with this whole ransomware issue. So this might be, I don't know, hopefully not too challenging to start our first team debate. Obviously it'd be a little bit easier if everybody had email. I'm making this video around 1:30 on Friday afternoon on the 14th. Happy Valentine's Day. And still I have no access to my email. But Canvas is working, the Remind obviously works, Google works, and so does Flipgrid. So hopefully we can make this work. So a key right off the bat is let's talk about the Module 4 presentation. So I know there was some concern because I know this is supposed to be due on the 14th. Right now, let me actually just, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to edit it because I told you in the message that I said it will be due on the Sunday night. Sunday night is certainly fine. And I'm also going to allow that we do not have to actually do any responses to other people's presentations. If you want to and you're into this, I appreciate it. It's great. I think it's wonderful that we see each other's work. That's the whole point of working online together. But I understand a bunch of folks have already posted. Well, actually, only 2. But that's okay. And hopefully everybody else can get online and back together on Canvas, and you'll have some time to kind of get that all taken care of. And we did abbreviate the assignment: 2 historical articles and 1 current issue article. Okay, now in terms of this week coming up, so I'm going to publish this momentarily. So here's the week 5 action sheet. Remember I told you guys before to make some teams. I put this on the Module 4 action sheet, 3 groups, and almost everybody filled it out themselves, which is fine. I had to add a couple people. So Sarah, if you're watching, I add you to red team, and Isabella, I added you to red team. Okay. This document cannot be edited now. So this is the red team. This is the blue team. Okay. And this is the green team. Okay. So please use this. Now, my fear is if you don't have email access, how am I supposed to get organized for this debate? Well, there are tools in Canvas to help you do this. So we do have groups. You are part of a group. Okay. Let me just see if I can view this as a student, and hopefully, if I view it as a student, I'll be able to kind of see what you are seeing. Okay. But I'm trying to make sure that you guys can see the people that you're in the class with, and there are a way to access everything through Canvas. If you go to like groups, and you should be able to use this as a team. You should have like a group website. You can actually communicate right through this. So I'm hoping you'll be able to do this whether through Canvas or through regular email. That's fine. If for some reason we're having trouble coordinating, we'll just do the best we can. But hopefully you'll be able to access your group, and that would be wonderful. Okay, so we'll just see how this works. Let me leave the student view for a second here. Okay, so those are the teams again, and everybody has a link to that roster. Okay, it's on the action sheet. Okay, now with this said and done, actually working as a team is supposed to be easier. So our debate this week is actually about the Cold War. So should the United States allow the Soviet Union to expand, or should it reverse the course of Soviet expansion, or should it contain communism within its borders and let it be? And this is your classic Cold War containment policy debate. I think it's an interesting one. Again, you have some knowledge of this already, I'm sure, but now we're going to kind of expand that, and it's a great intro one to kind of get together in teams. So Team Blue, you're going to be debaters this week. You're the affirmative. This is your position, that the United States needs to set aside differences and maintain the alliance. The Soviets, who sacrificed more than any other nation during the war, had a horrible experience. Our containment policy will simply antagonize the Soviets and trigger another war. Team Green, the opposite. They're aggressive, they're expansion. It's going to hurt our chances of survival. So you're going to kind of argue the opposite. Team Red, you'll be judges. So each team is going to take notes on this Google Doc. So here's the deal. One person, only one Google Doc should be used by the whole team. I suggest that one member, right? I'll even make that bold. One member of the group, right? Open this Google Doc up, share it with the team, share it with me, and divide the responsibility for the week. Okay? So this is this typical note sheet. One person opens it up. Okay? You make a copy of it in your drive, and you share it out with the rest of your team. Use the emails, make sure everybody can get it, and then put your names down there. I suggest that everyone read the background article. It gives everybody insight into the whole debate, what it's about, both sides, but divide the primary sources, okay? So divide the sources so everybody can kind of take notes on individual sources, and then you can get organized. Use the comment features, use the chat features in Google Docs to communicate. That's another tool that will work outside, hopefully, of everything else that you're using at Niagara. Use this. Use the comment features, right? They're great, useful tools. All right, so those are all the sources. Actually, not that bad. Now, here's the key difference. I want you to produce text-written posts, and I would like you guys to produce those as a Google Doc that you could share a link out to. And whenever you're sharing links on Google Docs, please make sure you hit share. And right now, this is my personal one. Get the shareable link, but make sure it says anyone with the link. Your default one might be Niagara. You're gonna have to go and change that. So anyone with can view it, not just Niagara. If you hit more, you'll get more options. So make sure anyone with the link can view it. If you're gonna share it, make sure anyone with the link can edit it, right? But that's fine. But for your post, I want you to draft a post, have great text and cite it like you did for our first post. But you can divide this work up. So there should be an opening statement by each debating team. One member from the team will compose an opening statement where you outline your argument. That opening statement should be about 2 to 3 minutes. That's how long it would take you to read it. I'm going to ask you to read it, but I'm going to ask you to post a video of what you just produced on Flipgrid. Okay? And give us a dramatic opening, but then include a link to your written script statement that includes your citations with your Flipgrid post. I'm going to go over how to do this for everybody at the very end. So one person from each debating team is going to make an opening statement. And when you're in Flipgrid, I'm going to show you this. I want you to be really specific. What team you are. What color team you are. Are you team blue? Are you team green? Okay. What side are you on? But you can use the annotation tools in Flipgrid to actually put that right on your video. All right. And that's going to be due by Monday. So right off the gate, we're going to have an opening statement. Now, the affirmative team. So let's go back to our, make sure we get this all straight here. The affirmative team is team blue. Okay, so the affirmative team, Team Blue, you will then have your big evidence presentation after this point, where you're going to have a detailed argument. It could be one or several posts. It should take about 6 to 8 minutes in combined length to kind of read that. All your sources, 4 to 5, maybe even this is maybe just a little bit too long. I'm okay with it only really being 5, because I know Flipgrid gives you a 5-minute maximum. That's roughly what it should be, okay? And, multiple arguments, multiple sources, you're detailing everything. And again, the same thing. State what team you're on, what your position is. Use the annotation tools within Flipgrid to make that clear, but then also put a link to your script, the actual written cited statement, in your post to Flipgrid. And that'll be due by Tuesday. Now, judging team, all right, Team Red. Once they post on Tuesday evening, it's open for you to go after them. I want you to judge them. I want you to reply to their statements. Each judge should do a direct reply to the affirmative evidence posts or post, and you should ask them questions. You should hit them with your own sources. This is kind of how we did in the first debate when you were replying to other members of the group in a text post. Here we're going to do a video post. 2 to 3 sources, you reply to them, you ask them great questions, and these should be around 2 or 3 minutes in length. Same thing if you're a judge. Clearly state what team you're on, that you're a judge, and put a little script link to a Google Doc in the post. All right, and that would be due really by Wednesday. Now, affirmative team. All right, so after they post, the affirmative team, I would, make sure go back to Flipgrid and reply to those comments. Defend yourselves. Okay. All right. Now the negative team. Let's make sure we're all clear. Negative team is Team Green. So negative team, then it's your turn. So you're going to do your evidence presentation. Same idea. Detailed post could be 1 post or 2 posts, whatever you like. It should be at the most 5 minutes is fine. And multiple sources. State what team you are, what color you are on, and give us a script. Okay, and that's due by Friday the 20th. And then judges again, you have to go back to their list, watch their posts, respond to them, craft your questions, craft your statements, and put links to your positions again. And that's due by the 21st. Finally, we'll have closing statements. 1 member from each debating team, right? So Team Blue, and Team Green, craft a closing statement at the most around 3 minutes in length where you kind of summarize your positions. Any last effective evidence you want to provide is great. And the same thing, provide your color and your team and give us a link to your script. Okay. And then finally, judges, this is kind of your harder part where you got to decide as a group which team won. So give us one, each judging team should provide a statement, should provide the video, right? Where just tell us which team won and why, and point out use of sources within your rationale. What did one team do better than the other? What did the other team maybe perhaps not do as well as you would have liked to have seen? And that should be, again, I'll allow 5 minutes in length. And again, clearly state that you're a judge, what team you are, and put a link into your post. Okay? That's due by Sunday the 23rd. And by the 23rd, we'll just have you, one member from the group, submit that, only one, submit that note sheet to the note sheet drop. You know, I think I'm going to race the final, a little bit too much. I'm not going to worry about the final project this week. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it in week 6. We got plenty of time. I just wanted you to think about a topic. You don't got to even post anything this week. I'm just going to get rid of this. You don't got to submit any topic interest right now. You can submit that next time. But just start thinking. It's kind of like a little preview. You're gonna have a final project in this class as you're going to develop any topic you want in American history, 1945 to around 2000. And you're going to research it a little bit. And you're going to develop a script. You're actually going to produce a mini video documentary about your topic. It's actually a lot of fun, but just start thinking about it. You don't got to post anything this week, but just start thinking about it. Okay, now, what about Flipgrid? So I have all the links to each Flipgrid post here, or if you have the Flipgrid app again, you can scan it with your device. Now, there was integration with Canvas, and I tried it out. The problem is if I use the integration with Canvas for Flipgrid, you can only make your posts on Canvas. You can't make them on your phones as easy, and you just can't scan this QR code. And I thought it'd be easier if you had access to that. So let's just take, for example, so say it's opening statement, and you were one of the debating teams. You could just click on here or scan the QR code. So if I click on here, it's going to take me right to the actual discussion. So here it is, opening statement number 1. I have the directions here again. I have a link to the action sheet if you want it. And, you know, one member from each debating team would just hit the record response button. Log in with your account. I'll log in with my Niagara account. That would be fine. Okay. I log in. Now, here it goes. It's going to give me, here I am. I'm using a different camera. So I can just press record and start my video. But what I can also do is even before I begin, I can hit the text button, say I'm Team Red, if I'm a judge, right? Or if I'm Team Green or Team Blue, I can just hit whatever side I'm on. Let's just say, for example, I'm just trying to remember which team is which for this debate. Team Blue is the affirmative, right? So what I would do here is if I'm Team Blue, I hit text, and I would just, hit blue team and just type in affirmative. Okay. And I can click away and I can move this above my head. I spelled affirmative wrong. Okay. And now everybody knows that that's the blue team and you're the affirmative, and you press record. So here's where you would read your statement that you already crafted. You already prepared your statement. You read it. You're doing really well. If you want little helpful things, you can do little sticky notes here. We don't see these sticky notes, but you don't have to use that. And then when you're done, you hit next. After you already prepared your statement, you take your little selfie, hit next. And it's going to take a little bit. Hopefully I'm not doing too much. Here we go. Now, here's where I want you to do it. Watch this carefully. Do your display name. Go like Team Blue. And do like affirmative. Okay. And then give us a link to your Google Doc. So just whatever. Say this was your Google Doc. It's not. You would copy the link to your Google Doc that you produced your written statement on, that you prepared for this, and post a link to it so I can see it. Okay. Actually, I'm going to capture this. I'm going to use it as a screenshot to kind of give you an example of what I want here. Okay. All right. Let me just take a picture of this so I can use it on my action sheet. I'll get it later. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. And submit your video, and you're done. I'm not going to submit it because I don't want to actually post to the grid. And then everybody would see each other's posts here. Okay, so then when judges, you'd go, you would watch the opening statements and so forth, and that's how we would do the whole entire debate. So everything is going to be within Flipgrid. All right, so I hope this makes sense. And I hope this is going to work out with the communication troubles we're having with all the issues. All right. So if any problems, again, we'll work through this. No worries. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.